I got 8 vote keys from a mythic key? Okay, I'll take it. What's up, agents? Zero here. Welcome back to some more Prime Games Skyblock. And I realized I have not done anything with Prime Games in quite some time, and that's because I've been busy doing other things, but I'm back on Prime Games once again. And also, I do want to address a few comments that I have technically gotten from a few people regarding when I'm actually going to be doing another Prime Games live stream. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen because, well, YouTube themselves updated policies, and, well, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stream for quite a while. This update to the YouTube policies happened quite a while ago. Otherwise, I will have been streaming since then. But yeah, so real quick, I want to mention before we get started, originally for this episode, I was going to go ahead and build a mob farm, and I already technically did get, so I've got pretty much everything, well, almost everything done. I actually had almost completed, but then I sent a message via Discord on the Prime Games Discord server and found out that apparently mobs are disabled. So I can't actually build a hostile mob farm, so that means I can't get, like, string, gunpowder. I can't get rotten flesh, although admittedly not a lot of people actually use rotten flesh to begin with. But yeah, that's actually a bit of a bummer. So I spent a lot of time trying to build this, and ultimately I can't actually do anything with it to begin with. So definitely a bit of a shame, but not really a whole heck of a lot I can really do about it. But that's beside the point. Also, I did notice, did I just get a free water bucket? Did I actually get a free water bucket from... Okay, there we go, I was wondering. So, it did duplicate itself, but apparently what I did actually ended up fixing it, so that's at least good. So yeah, now I just gotta go ahead and dismantle all this. This was a big project, I'm not gonna lie. But as I found out, yeah, apparently mobs are disabled, which is a bit unfortunate because I'm pretty sure on this kind of server you could probably sell mob drops and get a pretty decent return on. I would like to believe so. Yeah, unfortunately, one of these is obviously not gonna end up happening, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. So now I just gotta dismantle all this. But other than that, I am actually gonna go ahead and finish dismantling this, and I will see you guys once it is all completed. And hopefully I don't run out of room in my inventory. Although admittedly, if I do end up running out of room in my inventory, I have a few chests down at the bottom that I can actually use to go ahead and take care of that situation. So at least I have that going for me. So yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time, but the fact that I have haste on this pickaxe is definitely gonna make things go a lot faster, but it's still gonna take a while. I'm not gonna lie about that. Okay, so real quick, I'm actually almost done dismantling, and I'm actually not too far from the bottom, but something I do want to go ahead and mention is that I'm actually really happy with the fact that it has a very specific plugin that allows you to go ahead and get extra materials from mining out cobblestone, which is actually pretty awesome, all things considered, because then obviously you're going to get more materials than just simply cobblestone if you're going to be mining out cobblestone from a cobble generator. Because take a look at my inventory real quick. If I go and show you, not a whole heck of a lot of cobblestone compared to what I originally had, but I got myself some diamonds, gold, some iron, coal. I actually managed to get lucky and got myself a piece of endstone and a mythic key, which is actually not too bad, all things considered. Oh, apparently the rest of my cobblestone was actually inside of this. I actually completely forgot about that. So yeah, so I guess I kind of have to figure out what I want to do with this space now, and that's actually a rather good question. And one thing I do know for a fact that I actually am unable to do anything in regards to redstone, at least as far as I'm aware. I can't actually do anything with redstone because I would like to be able to automate at least some form of farm, but I'm pretty sure that's not gonna end up happening by any means whatsoever. And also, I do want to go ahead and open up my keys because I know I got, yeah, I did get some extra keys, and I did find out that apparently there's, I don't know if this is actually a bug or an intended feature, but you can use any chest and not just the chest at spawn to get whatever it is you get from keys. So got myself some money from that. Got myself apparently 8 vote keys. I got 8 vote keys from a mythic key. Okay, you know, I'll take it. Go ahead and just spam these, see what I get. 2, 1, and what did I end up getting? Ooh, not bad loot, all things considered. Got myself golden apples, a bow, melons, emeralds, which is awesome. Alright, so obviously I'm going to have to put this stuff away. I'll worry about actually taking care of this and actually sorting it out later, but for right now, pretty decent stuff. I am not even gonna lie about that. So now I just gotta figure out exactly what I need to do for the remainder of this episode. I actually had to I was actually recording the actual mob farm episode itself, and well, obviously I had to cancel that episode and start over because, well, apparently mobs don't work in the server, which is a bit of a bummer, like I said, but other than that, I think I actually have an idea of what I can potentially do for this episode. So give me a bit of time to get things worked out, and I think I actually have a pretty decent plan, all things considered. This is probably not going to take too terribly long, all things considered, but it should prove fairly useful, all things considered. Yes, I do still drink the LaCroix from streams I used to do on Prime Games. I realize not a lot of people probably are asking that, but I figured I'd say it anyway. Okay, so I have thought of something that I could potentially do. So if I go to farm, so I just thought of this. I could end up growing some crops for this episode because I don't know how well these actually sell. Admittedly, people are going to have access to my Skyblock in order to buy these to begin with. But I thought potentially I could do this so I can buy seeds. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, and the reason why I'm doing this is apparently pressing left and right on my D-pad apparently ends up doing 2, which I don't understand the point of that, but that's beside the point. So let me go ahead and get some pumpkin seeds, and I figure if I go all the way to one side, I can actually get even. And so I've got seeds, I've got pumpkin seeds. Let's go ahead and do the same with beetroot seeds. I was unable to find carrots and potatoes. I don't know if that's actually on this server or not, but obviously I can't find them. But I can at the very least grow these manually, since obviously that's the only option I have. But let me go ahead and go to, hold on. How do I go about doing this? I suppose I can go to garden and I can get myself some lily pads. There you go. I figured I had lily pads somewhere. So what if I just get a stack of these lily pads? I don't think I'm going to need them, but the only reason why I'm getting them is because, well, I thought that maybe potentially I could use them and use it to cover up the water. It's probably what I'm going to do. So, looks like I can make 15 melon seeds, which is actually not too bad, all things considered. Maybe one less than the rest of what I'm doing, but obviously that's not the point. But either way, let me go ahead and start setting up this set of farms. That's the wrong chest. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start getting these farms set up. And hopefully this shouldn't take too terribly long, I want to believe. But we'll see how things actually end up. So I'm obviously going to need all this dirt. I am going to need planks. I'm going to want the oak fences so that I can actually legit be able to cover this thing off so I don't just accidentally walk off the edge. This is going to take a bit of time, I will admit to that. Okay, so I do have a platform going at the moment, which is obviously the whole point of what I'm trying to do. And this is what I have so far. I do still need to go ahead and actually set up water down in order to actually get things to actually work the way I need them to. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and set up blocks like this on either side. And then what I'm going to do is come to this side and do this. And I'm going to repeat this on the other side as well. And here's what my train of thought is going to be. I'm going to end up setting up so that water is not going to go absolutely anywhere. And actually, now I'm thinking about this, I'm going to go ahead and give myself some stairs, which I do at least have some, which is going to help out. Let me go ahead and make some more stairs just in case. And here's what my train of thought is. If I go ahead and place down a water source block right here, and then I go ahead and actually let me go ahead and get out some dirt blocks to make this a bit easier to set up. Alright, so if I go ahead and come down here, place down a block right there, come back up, and then if I go ahead and place down a block right there, just like that, let's go ahead and pick up this water. So now I'm going to go ahead and break both of these like that. If I go and place a stair block like that, well, not in that orientation, but upside down like that, there we go, I should be able to hopefully be able to waterlog this. I want to believe. Should I be able to waterlog these stairs, or is that not a feature on Prime Games? Apparently I can't actually waterlog that. Unless I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. If I just do that, and I waterlog that. Did that actually waterlog that? It's actually a good question, because I can't actually tell if I waterlogged it or not. Alright, I'm going to test this really quick. If I break that block, and I go ahead and do that, and I'll waterlog that, it looks like it is actually waterlogged. I can't legitimately tell very easily. And this is the whole point of what I'm trying to accomplish here, is by waterlogging all these to make this a lot easier to set up and hide the water. That's what I'm trying to go for at the moment. And also apparently, while I was not recording, someone decided to request a TP to my spot, and I actually did not answer, unfortunately, simply because I am recording. Don't actually know who said person is, and I do apologize if it is someone that I do actively know and I didn't actually accept your request. But yeah, it looks like this should hopefully end up working now. I want to believe. So if I go ahead and cover that up, and I'm obviously going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'll worry about that a little bit later. But Well, I am going to go ahead and test really quick. So if I get out, where are... Okay, so immediately there, I could use pumpkin to test this. I won't deny that. But I do believe I have somewhere on here. Okay, so I have a diamond hoe right here that I got from something that I didn't even realize I had. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Will this actually... Do I need water sources along all this? Or will this actually work? Looks like they all are actually legitimately hydrated. Are these all actually hydrated? If they are, then that means that's going to be super helpful. All things considered. Yeah, it looks like they're all actually growing now, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to replicate this on the other side. And these are the melon seeds. I thought those were the melon seeds. So I'm going to do the same thing with the pumpkin seeds on the other side. And really, why is that even happening? Do I actually need more water sources than I need? Than I have, actually, is what I'm trying to say. Actually, a good question. Do I actually need more water sources than this? I'm gonna have to figure that out. Okay, so I think I figured out what the problem actually legitimately is. I think the fact is that these blocks are not actually waterlogging. So that is a bit of a problem, and I really don't know what to do about it. Can I actually waterlog? Yeah, I can. Can I actually waterlog these fence posts? I can't tell if I'm actually Okay, so no, I can't waterlog the fence post. So that answers that question. So it's the fact that I can't actually waterlog anything. So that's actually a really good thing to be aware of. That's actually a good thing that I actually hadn't even considered now that I'm thinking about. So now that I actually know that, so I'm going to do something else instead. And as far as what that something else is, actually is a really good question, but I'm sure I'll think of something. I actually do have an idea that I could potentially do, and that's put the water underneath the actual farm itself, and hopefully that'll hydrate it as well, but I don't know for sure. But I don't think it would hurt to even try it to begin with. And also, I do need to go ahead and put this dirt back along this edge right here, because this dirt was originally here. So I'm going to do some figuring out. Hopefully this doesn't take too terribly long to actually get to work. This is actually a bit of a surprise. I figured I would be able to waterlog stuff, but apparently not. Oh well, not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it, but at least I got that figured out. Right, so one final bucket right there. So here's the test that I need to, at the very least, double check to make sure it actually ends up working that I need to. So let me first go ahead and do this really quick, and we'll worry about the torches in just a few moments. So if I were to go ahead and do this, and actually also I do need to go ahead and, what am I even doing? I need to go ahead and take this out, place that down. I'm just gonna wait for a few moments and see if this actually ends up hydrating it. Actually, let me go ahead and plant this down. And if I were to go ahead and take all these buckets and do that, and go ahead and take the dirt, do this, go ahead and do that. It looks to me like they are actually staying hydrated this time, which that's definitely helpful. I am not gonna lie about that. All right. So it looks like this is actually a legit working system now, which is good, all things considered. Alright, so now I just need to do that for the remainder of the system. So this is going to take some time, but it should hopefully be well worth the effort. Okay, so apparently no is not hydrating absolutely anything. Okay, so this is going to be a really big challenge, but I am not quite done yet. I'm sure I'll some way to get this to work. I actually do have a potential idea now that I'm thinking about it. Man, this is so problematic. I am not even gonna lie. I'm not entirely sure why I'm having so many issues, and it all started with the fact that I can't waterlog anything, which makes no sense whatsoever. Then again, I don't know what the status is behind the way Prime Game works. I will admit to that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this water, and I'm going to have to take all this down. I do have an idea of what I could potentially do, but it may not look near as good as I would like it to, but at the very least, it should hopefully work. It's obviously the whole point of what I'm trying to accomplish here. I don't even know how much of this I'm going to edit out, just simply because the amount of issues that I'm having. But at least I'm getting some amount of experimentation down. Hopefully that's at least good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break down all of this. Break down all of this. And then what I think I could potentially do is if I go ahead and bring this out by at least one, and hopefully this will actually end up doing the actual hydrating that I've been needing. That I don't understand why it's having so many issues just to simply hydrate farms. You'd think this would be a simple task. Apparently not in Prime games. Oh well, now a whole heck of a lot I can do about, I guess. Hopefully this should end up working. I want to believe. Oh wait, something I am going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and put that down there. I go ahead and jump across, grab that. If I go ahead and do that, now I am going to worry about taking care of the actual fence post on that part as well. But hopefully, if I plant this down now, it should, in theory, stay. Okay, it looks like so it looks like the actual ground is hydrated now, so that's good. So I'm at least in a step in the right direction. Alright, that was entirely too complicated for things that should have technically worked in the first place, but otherwise, things are looking good. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this, get this going on the other side. And that took way too terribly long. I'm not going to lie about that. Right, so here's the design that I decided to come up with. So it's actually a very simple design, all things considered. And, well, obviously I'm going to be growing all of my stuff here. That's kind of the whole point of why I'm putting it the way I am. So I've got two sides to this, as you can tell. And, you know what, something I could potentially do is make myself a gate right in the center. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So if I go and grab a gate, put that right there. Hopefully this should not affect the fact that there's water sources there. So if I go ahead and grab this, go ahead and grab and do that. There we go. And let's go ahead and place down this gate right there. There we go. And now all I have to do is go ahead and light it up, and then the rest of what I need to go ahead and do is actually get the crops planted, all things considered. It's not going to be too hard to do, but this should hopefully be absolutely everything done that I need to get done. So actually, let me go and put that there. Let's go ahead and grab that, and I can do the same thing on the other side. Actually, yeah, I do want to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. I still don't understand why I can't waterlog everything. That would definitely make things a whole heck of a lot easier to actually get everything set up. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything planted off camera because that's not necessarily gonna take a ton of time, but I would rather do that. But other than that, this has been a rather interesting episode simply because of the amount of issues that I've been having regarding like waterlogging, getting the water set up. But that's obviously besides the point. But at the very least, I got this done, so that's at least good. But other than that, this is actually where I'm going to go ahead and end off the video. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Stews. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys later.